has the money. So we will not start a privatization process today through the NCP. They may not advertise widely, international competitive bidding for a privatization, yeah, privatization of Sierratel.
It will happen before December, before they collapse.
No. I don't think so. Will preside over the collapse of any institution. This is a very serious government. We
But
will
now waiting
resuscitate
the MD talk.
even if by mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Will they make sure they will do that? So you know the chairman of the NCP, na possible done in our government before, and been in the sector. So it clearly understand the challenges where they face, and then they lead the process. And also they may not open the bids then. It is at that stage. So things are on course.
Mr. Minister, you they talk about privatization, and one thing where you talk about Sierratel, that's a tragic failure of a state-owned enterprise. This is very serious. But not to Sierratel no more, like you see, South Safe now another one. And so why the management they're not able to take care of their institution, they are past them, privatize them. And wait when they privatize, when are the benefits to the country?
Okay, so the candy. Normally, you know, when you talk about Sal Post, it gets universal issues there around them. Universal access, now one of the key things then where they define them. You understand, eh? You know, they talk about UPS, you know, they talk about what's in the other name, DHL, then one and the, you know, the underlying principle is everybody, every citizen for able to get access to them. They're not to get access to the other one and the. So that one is the underlying principle where they govern. So if they talk about resources in a digital age, that one is the challenge. So probably now that transition day from the way we use for do business na Sierra Leone postal services now we probably need for align with. This is a digital era, right? You see first step then what they cook resell now, then they work all over WhatsApp, then they do deliveries by this, by that means. Because things don't change. You know, President got this famous story we can talk. He say one of the reasons, I don't know anyone of you don't ever see dinosaur. Nobody not see dinosaur, it's not so. We just hear about them, or you see in picture. Because the dinosaur not be able to adjust to changes of times. So if you're not able to adjust to changes of times, that is what happens to you. So, what's in the new managing director, they talk na Sarah and Sal Post, for example, a one for latch onto digital technologies for stay alive and for remain a going concern.
So it's different with Sierratel.
Yes,
their own concern.
Sierratel, I don't tell you, then they're on the privatization thing.
Okay.
Then they put that kind of thing, they advanced stages. I don't tell you, says Sal Post, they try for align and take advantage of the digital, you know, thing with the sweep around the world. So that's on course because the new managing director clearly understands you either do that or you say become a dinosaur. We will not preside over that kind of situation.
Mr. Minister, let's take you back to the issue of Sierratel. Where the MD they talk in an interview with Radio Democracy, responding to concern where they get from the workers them. One thing is, apart from the speculations where it makes it by December if government not give money, the institution go collapse. One thing where state clearly that the political interference where they get during the work against instructions from others from above for certain people them na the job. I want challenge than the way he say it gets. You as a minister who supervise that particular agency, how you don't do for make sure say some of them challenges there so come to a stop.
Okay, so we don't set the context. Say I don't or I begin talk. I say I provide ministerial cover, supervision, then day-to-day management, a day na National Commission for Privatization. Let's be clear about that one day. Yeah. Where His Excellency President Bio take over, they look for the finest Sierra Leoneans, the best Sierra Leoneans, irrespective of ethnic, regional, or political considerations. So, me no know would another minister or would another person will go call for the students in it. I know the president in heart in the right place. He want this country, the very best Sierra Leoneans, and for moving forward. And me say another kind thing. So me not go be that minister who they call and give instructions
to
this
about the issues there. So I don't know if you be listening to that and the way the MDB they talk, but now we don't hear what thing will be your next line of action?
Well, I go talk to the chairman of the National Commission for Privatization, let it make an agenda issue. But I know himself because being chairman of a political party, you want people then from every part of the country for win an election. So indefinitely not gonna be one that person will go do that. Right. I know that.
So how about the SALCAB issue? Who stage it now?
Oh, SALCAB, the unbundling, the on cause. Probably in the next few days, the adverts then go come off, calling for expression of interest. I'll get a cabinet directive, right, for do this. We don't come now, make people them in there, they don't explain now, we don't hold media. The engagements will continue, but this is family on cause, and we believe say this is the only way with this country be able to enjoy the fair dividends of increased penetration, reduced costs, and at the same time, efficient service delivery.
Okay, well, Mr. Minister, you know the Minister of Information. For the last 3 weeks, the president's been out of the country.
Yeah.
And different speculations can be around. Now the social media, you know, he come, he enjoy, he all kind. So, and he don't come finally this weekend. So how the president now as we speak?
The president, like I tell you now, you listen to BBC interview. I said the president, they return to work, reinvigorated, renewed vim, vigor and vitality. Yesterday, the president can hit the ground running. Yesterday, he presided over cabinet for discuss an important issue. He's in the best of health. Thank God for that. And we'll continue for pray for let God keep him safe. Let God continue for guide, direct, and protect him. You know, this country.
For the last 3 weeks, it only out of the country.
Yeah.
When Sierra Leoneans then go form with all the speculations will be there around. Yesterday, an International Day of Peace, we people let me expect say when he come back, he will actually address the nation. So when people Sierra Leoneans then go form
I don't know who's address the nation or International Day of Peace. You know, go add on it to the long list.
No, it really matters.
Yeah, but so the president
because he come in with lots of speculation.
Okay, so
so
we have said, we want to keep government honest. We not a lie. The president don't come back, and this country here, we're lucky for get the president. Well, I don't know if being a workaholic and quite an issue. This man, the president, I know, at home and abroad, na possible they work in heart out once he can pass alone. A genuine intention, you see the commitment practical for turn this country around. All over the world, would they see leaders, then they go leave, then they go holiday, this, that. This is not the one person. It's so difficult for let go leave. So, if in the process of in private visits, yeah, it gets some rest, I think that is very good. Because, we don't do in this business of researching, particularly as a former human resources and organizational development practitioner, we get what we call burnout. Una said the girl leaving here. It gets to a moment, the normally vibrant Khadija or Asma will see, if we not continue 24/7 and this, you still go find out, say, capacity they waiting.
Just
so
like
get the president with the go, a strong person.
Just like I say, any workman entitled to a leave, but the president in traveling, now one way being confused a lot of people, and because before they go, a release will come out from a office in State House, they go on a private visit, and then put a date with His Excellency for return, come back. It go above then dates then day, and according to waiting in where the first lady be the post and that then they on honeymoon, all of a sudden people say go on medical. Who's one of the right?
Okay, so let us not go the first. just like what I say, they keep government very honest. Where it become impractical for let the president return in first week, the press secretary through State House be honest enough for say the president don't extend in private visits. So we're honest to Sierra Leone because we know say this na president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, na people they don't vote for him. So they deserve that one day. So we are courteous enough before he left. We issued that release where there was need for an extension. We also informed the citizens of that one day. Also they go on a private visit. If you want for disentangle that one day, you want for break and down, or you want for unbundle that one day, a private visit, if I go on the private visit, you could say, look, let I go sightseeing. If you want private visit, you could say, let I go visit my friend. That is why it is a private visit. You could go for medical thing. You can go for anything during private visit. If we ask for something more than that now, I think it's an intrusion into the privacy.
So a private visit mixed with the honeymoon?
It could get mixed with anything. You could even go to a naming ceremony during private visits.
All right.
Yeah, that's now I'm going to call them private. Now, like what's in a black plastic? Now that I'm going to put on there for let you not see the components there, right? There's a private visit. It's a private visit, for God's sake. Let us respect the privacy.
But the timing, Mr. Minister, and most people get
but we don't explain to una say there was an extension of the private visit.
The timing where this whole private visit happen with the time when the country they try for fight the COVID-19.
Well, so now that make una find out say, the president na person we believe in building institutions, strong institutions. Remember what Obama been talk to African leaders there some time ago? Africa don't need strong men, it needs strong institutions. President Bill don't put in place the necessary mechanisms. You see, would they able to continue for attract much needed donor support? Would they get the COVID figures and they go down compared to neighbors there and the rest of the world? Because we don't build strong institutions, resilient institutions, right? Everyone in the away, it definitely very much involved with the daily governance of the state. This is a digital era, mind you. They get daily briefings, they give directives to the vice president and all of that. So really, this is all. All
right, Mr. Minister, continue for the between the program. The program now Good Morning Salon, and they come to you from 98.1 FM. 8 o'clock. Now the time for we studio clock. Let we take this break. Where we continue the program.
Salon Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile App, you can able for use Salon Link money transfer for send money to anybody in like you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office in like you not get the account number. Buy Exalite, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again, but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for the boss man them. With Million Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salon Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go to Salon Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering value.
We continue with the program Good Morning Salon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We will bring the program come to you this Tuesday morning. My name is Khadija Bangura.
And me Asma James.
We look at more issues them inside the program this morning, and now they look the party business between Salon and America. Now one way don't they for long term. Outside the two countries them don't they get exchange visits through the embassy them. Safe the US government they support different development program them na Salon. But inside this party business, the United States gets law them where they make them tap for give visa to citizens them if them government them not do waiting they inside the US immigration law them. Well, now the U.S. government don't stop for give visa to Salon citizens them where they apply for immigrant and non-immigrant visa them. For no way to make them take this action, Mabel Kaba talk to the U.S. ambassador na Salon, Maria Brewer, we start for confirm the sanction inside this interview.
As has been circulated as of September 11th, 2020, the U.S. has discontinued issuing almost all immigrant and non-immigrant visas for Sierra Leone citizens and nationals applying at U.S. Embassy Freetown.
What's the reason for the sanction?
Yes, under U.S. law, when the Secretary of Homeland Security lets the Secretary of State know that a country has not been supporting quickly enough, has actually been delaying the acceptance of their nationals, their citizens, who are subject to an order of removal. At that point, the Secretary of State orders consular officers to discontinue issuance of some or all visas. So the issue is that it's when Sierra Leone citizens have been ordered to be removed from the U.S. or to depart the U.S., but have not departed, and they need travel documents to be able to return to Sierra Leone. The government of Sierra Leone must issue those travel documents. And in this case, the U.S. feels that Sierra Leone has not been doing so quickly enough, in a timely fashion, or consistently enough. And so these sanctions have been applied.
Has there been any explanation from the side of the government of Sierra Leone as to why there is delay to comply?
I think I would refer you to the government of Sierra Leone on that to answer. We do know that we have, from our side, been continuing to reach out to them, both here and in Washington, on this issue, and working with their embassy in Washington, D.C. as well. So that's all I can say is that we will continue to work with the government of Sierra Leone on this issue. We look forward to compliance. We're hopeful that we will be able to reach compliance and then be able to rescind these sanctions.
So does that mean the sanction will be in place until the government of Sierra Leone respond to the United States?
Yes, again, what we're looking for is a consistent, repeatable, routine process by which the government of Sierra Leone issues these travel documents to their citizens so that they can return to Sierra Leone in a timely fashion. So I think once a track record can be established that is consistent, then we will be able to remove the sanctions.
I remember the last time that you sent returnees back home from the United States in August 2019. There are 2 individuals that were in that batch that claimed to be citizens of the Caribbean, and they are still in Sierra Leone here, stranded. Is the embassy aware of these individuals who were sent from the United States to Sierra Leone and are not citizens of this country?
We're certainly aware of this case, of these 2 individuals. I can say that the U.S. government does not issue travel documents to foreign nationals. Therefore, if they were issued travel documents by the government of Sierra Leone, that's an issue for the government of Sierra Leone to determine whether or not they're the citizens. Clearly, now they are claiming they're not citizens of Sierra Leone. I can't attest to whether they are or not. Only
so
someone.
did they produce documents as citizens of Sierra Leone?
I don't know. Again, the government of Sierra Leone issued travel documents to them. So if they weren't citizens of Sierra Leone, then that is something that only the Sierra Leone government can or cannot attest to.
You spoke about exemptions to this sanction. Who are the individuals or people that are exempted from the sanction?
Yes, the U.S. has, as all international countries that are part of the Vienna Convention, we have agreed to allow for the travel of diplomats, of people going to the UN and other international organizations. That is part of our international obligations, again, as members of the diplomatic community as well as these international organizations. So anyone who is going on assignment to the UN, for example, or to Washington, D.C. to work at the Sierra Leone embassy there would continue to receive visas for that kind of travel. I should also mention, because I've gotten a lot of questions, people asking if this means Sierra Leoneans cannot travel. They can travel. If you have a visa that is still valid, that is currently valid, and, you know, barring corona and all of the coronavirus issues, if you can travel, if you have a visa, you are still able to use that visa to go to the U.S.
So how many Sierra Leoneans are we looking at in this case?
Well, the numbers change because individuals, as they are given a court order, as something comes up, they're arrested or they're found to be in violation of their visa or their stay in the U.S., or if they commit a crime in the U.S., they can be added to the list of those who will be deported, who should be returning to their homes, in this case Sierra Leone. So it changes. The last I heard was a little over, I want to say, 1,300 Sierra Leoneans that were pending orders of deportation.
What are some of the financial implications towards the traveling of those deportees?
I'm not certain exactly
who bears the financial implications?
Who bears the financial implications? The U.S. has in most cases been supporting the actual return through chartering flights. Most recently, as you mentioned a few weeks ago, there was actually a flight that was chartered that came from the U.S., stopped in a number of West African countries as well as Sierra Leone, and discharged some Sierra Leonean citizens here, but that was at the U.S. expense, including some the marshals that attended them as well, the law enforcement officers that were with them on the plane.
Well, that's the U.S. Ambassador in Salone, Maria Briwa. They confirm inside an interview with Mabel Kaba, but the sanction them where the U.S. government don't give to Salone, say they know they give immigrant and non-immigrant visa to Salone citizens them because of the over 1,000 Salone citizens they don't deport until the Salone government done the process for bringing them come back na the country.
Well, we continue with the program. Good morning, Salone, where they come to you from 98.1 FM. Mr. Minister of Information, they are this morning, mainly for talk about the white paper, but so many issues then they also were in it for address, one of which now this this issue from the US Embassy where they don't sanction for the immigrants and non-immigrant visas to Sierra Leoneans because Sierra Leone as a country not comply for bringing or accept some of the citizens them. We will get passports, Salon passports within the US. Where governments get this information, first of all, how it come?
Well, first, again, I always look for the history and the context. This thing, this extended sanctions, not to today it begin. You know, when I remember say, during the last administration, we've been get a situation of this nature, right? We don't come inherit them. So we don't come a very, very long way. Sierra Leone, United States of America relations, we'll get a great relationship, historic and present, and we value that one very much. You know, we don't get a long history of cooperation and collaboration with the United States on many issues. This issue now one of them. I mean, we know say during the war and other moments, we don't get, or people them being get we passports then, all manner of person, some the known Sierra Leoneans, questionable pedigree, all kind of person being get passports then. So where situations like this can happen, we serve as a country, as a government, would take time for do due diligence, for do screening, do interviews then, verifications then, for ensure say would take in the right people there, would take in Sierra Leoneans there. Not the people there no more will be non get with passport by fraud, by other means or something like that. So like what you hear the US ambassador say talk, we they cooperate, we don't cooperate so far. I mean there can be issues we require greater discussion, more in-depth conversation. Not that kind of situation they will get right now. But if you read the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said in press statement 2 days yesterday, then promised the same thing with the continued engagements at the diplomatic level. We embassy in with diplomatic mission DC, they handle this. So we simply want for, when I remember a recent history, I heard somebody mention and one of the reporters there, we taking 2 people then, we say not to Sierra Leone and they not get any Sierra Leonean waiting. So we want for guard against them and they normally it gets serious implications for the state. Right? So we just want for be sure say we don't do due diligence, we don't do proper screening, proper verification, you know, so that when we take people there in, Sierra Leoneans truly, if they can, either me fambul, Kadija and fambul, or then get fambul somewhere, then get family house, then get some place where they, some place, either some man they say then as alone people there, you ask her what's inside the biggest city, they pass is Freetown now, what's it? You ask her any part of Freetown.
Mr. Minister, most of them tenant people here can get documents in possession of them when a Sierra Leonean document them, for example, the Sierra Leonean passport them, we make plenty people they wonder whose side them can get them passport there.
Okay, no.
How come Sierra Leone passport they fall in the wrong hands of people?
So we don't agree right from the onset say this nation been done almost the fail, right? To an extent that even securitized documents then and then at the wrong hands. That has been agreed. Yeah. Now that make you find out say the President Bio government they take them bold, practical and audacious steps then they for clean the mess of yesteryears. We're not go continue for say no more so it be on the law continue. So why did we come? We're a new directional administration. So we want for ensure say like them people then they wake up every day then in a radio. They're not to say alone people then. This don't sick, that don't sick. The state in some of their instances now on the writer. There are a lot of implications. So we simply want for be sure say this now genuine Sierra Leoneans the way they come. We not go get in principle we not get any objections for taking genuine Sierra Leoneans there. But for we want for be sure, let another let them not bring people there now, by then in the region, they're not to saloon people then this, that. So that's what they just take time for make sure so we'll do the right things.
According to the US ambassador, it's saying that until the Salon government done the process for bring back them over 1,000 deportees within now in America before then go lift the sanction. And according to you say the US, the Salon embassy in Washington still they negotiate. How soon the people them go hear back from government?
No, I not say the Salon embassy. I say would they do high level diplomatic engagements at the level of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. DC they do screening, then go do verification, then go do questioning for ascertain the trueness of the Sierra Leoneanness of anybody with the on that list today. So do your family with the ask una exercise patience, Lord do them truth in there.
So after this screening, the one they wanna go find out in a Sierra Leone and they wanna take them back?
Definitely, government will do what is right in the circumstance.
Okay, so just an addendum to Khadija in question, whether or not actual Sierra Leoneans and they are among them people in the for the fact that the embassy or the US government don't at the time of the arrest get Salone documents. So it no matter whether na Salone people they or not to Salone people they, then they expect say the government for carry them.
No, some they not to document in the kitchen. We already they talk about issuance of ETCs, emergency travel certificates. Probably at the time of entering the United States, whether 10, 15 or so years ago. Yeah, so they say now, because of the war, you get several people parading as rogue Sierra Leoneans.
The issue now is whether or not.
So who will come to do screening for verified entry and we go do the thing right.
Okay, so we will try also forget the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for can explain to me some of the issues there. So another issue again, Mr. Minister, now the issue of the office of the president. Inside one survey name as the foremost corrupt institution now the country. We go cancel that. Me producer just they tell me say we go do some business. So 8:15 at the time for most studio clock where we can go continue the program.
So just
Would they come? Yeah, would they just go for the short break? Let's make some money.
Because money easy for loss, like how it easy for broke egg. You save not for life you couple business to people they will not sabi, and one day we get ben. Union Trust Bank get all the correct and master sabi people them for help make you couple better. We na Union Trust Bank team up Tiganga, so your money go fine with no wahala. And you no go get we kind service no other side. Make good use of we SMS alert where they show you your money transaction. Enjoy we internet banking services for check your accounts. Safe, you can visit we website on www.utb.sl for no more but we order plenty products and service them. Now Union Trust Bank, excellence now it's on card. Union Trust Bank, the force and true Salomon Bank.
All right, well, 16 minutes after 8, now the time for most studio clock. Mr. Minister, they ask you before go for that short commercial break there on the office of the president being named as one of the inside the fourth corrupt institution at the country. For the office of the president being named in such a survey, perception survey is huge. How the government take this?
So just before I come to the one, I just land this one quick. Just follow we know say, we treat this issue of nationals then or alleged nationals then seriously. As I talk to you, the embassy they process some potential deportees then. They don't give them another set of 8 persons then. So then due for be interviewed on the 24th September. Once we ascertain then true Sierra Leoneans, of course, we will take the right actions. We just want for this action we don't take as government is for every Sierra Leonean. Citizenship is a big deal. So another kind of thing with deeper. So yes, you said they named the office of the president. Well, a very unfortunate. Say, the Institute for Governance Reform. ASIDA, that survey the Afrobarometer, IGR local partners, right? Now you talk to that's
no, not the Carl
Youn.
Yes.
Oh no, not IGR.
Carl Younsef.
Oh, Carl Younsef named the office of the president. So okay, so it's as this is it. This president, we all know. I want follow we understand the whole architecture first of the office of the president. The office of the president comprise the office of the vice president, office of the chief minister, office of presidential initiative, anti-corruption commission, public service commission, a whole lot of other commissions there. Now office of the president and they allow understand that one day. You understand, eh? So if I don't be very helpful, if we be able to know, for example, which of the institutions there they talk about, because we will not say the president as a person don't demonstrate a lot of tenacity for anti-corruption crusade.
But Mr.
Which is
Minister,
please, can I land,
names.
please, Khadija? You have your say. You are regulating me here. But let me not stop me in the trail of my thought. Just end this, please.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. So we don't see this president don't demonstrate a lot of penchant for accountability and transparency. We know say in believe say corruption na in don almost bleed this country to a point we not able to do well. So now that make we a calm, a decide for do a lot of things there for make sure say we improve on anti-corruption ratings and let we able to improve the general quality of life, right? So number one, we now get the toughest anti-corruption law, right? Now executive will they make that one they happen now in Africa, yeah. When you come under, you also see say this president under him, 2019 we scored I think 71% at the time. Now 79% under the MCC scorecard 2020. So when I find out that this president gets a lot of commitment to waiting, right, to the war against corruption. Apart from that, when I see certain what they do with Impress, a carry reducer for the president. So all this they show say as a person, a very very committed to the war against corruption. So when you lump everybody together, so we go like forget additional details. Not to this president they talk about.
Just for clarity, Mr. Minister, the survey, the perception survey of Carl, what they talk about, all the offices there where you don't name city under the office of the president, then get names them just like how you name and so. But the perception survey we Carl do clearly states say that the office of the president then survey on and then bring out some findings then.
So when you talk to Carl and Seth, if you talk to them now, let them discuss this report. You raise this issue where I don't raise, then go tell you say that is an issue where they go look into, right? Because you need for this aggregator, you not go lump and together no more. You not go lump and together no more. You need for this aggregator. Now this office would talk about, now this would talk about, now this would talk about. Unfortunately, Sierra Leoneans they don't deprive we of having that insight. But the thing we are going to establish, what I want for family establish, now the fact say this president they rise above board when it comes to issues around corruption and what have you. And the other thing I want for note, perception nothing where people then they build over a very long period, right? Nothing where people then they build over a long period, not a 1-2 days business. For like call somebody drunk command, for example, you need for don't know una dey na area this that you need for so I think say there is a spillover of perceptions over the years about the presidency, but I'm saying this president, they rise above that in the way they talk about. So the IGR or Carl, they really need for disaggregate this thing and talk about methodologies and all of them. So it will be very helpful.
So they don't do that. They don't explain a lot, and the fact that the state house, all offices now state house, I believe say they under the office of the president. So they not like Ministry of Information where it go say I mean Parliament for example, it called Parliament. So state house as a place, all offices they under office of the president. But this survey
so they're not to state house and this F.
This
but most of them outside state house and
so,
and when they talk about perception, it got for be an institution where people then they interact with on a regular basis. But the way they put it quite amorphous.
Mr. Minister, the survey be very clear, and even in the explanation say the office of the president, there is only one office of the president. But not left than they encounter out to this survey don't come out, and then now I open out to the office of the president. So with this report now, waiting the office of the president they do for make sure say if there is this corruption where he at least minimize, as you said, they say the president effects and a day against corruption.
So like I mentioned, perception surveys, not for nothing when they do them perception surveys, they do one with institutions where they interact very frequently with members of the public. For example, the police, right? The healthcare, teachers, and then now make them they do one because then they interact very much with members of the public. But if you ask about who people there, this office of the president, you don't lump and they don't even know, would that constitute the office of the president. So I think say this has not been done well. But what are we doing about
say
it?
they try for discredit and report here, Mr. Minister.
Oh, but the people that wanted behind the reports, they said I'm a friend then. But this is something I will tell them
they talk
in
about
private, in everything. This is not a do. Yes, the content it has. Yes, they say. Yes, the chief minister. There's an official press release from the office of the chief minister. So then say how they talk now from that press release. We don't officially ask. Initially, we'll be asked from the 17th of September for them documents there, right? Law able see and see what's in they make. So still they wait for them documents there.
Okay.
You know, normally you're supposed to even share the survey. You know, like they can do. You share out but we have not had this privilege. So they say it is not true. I don't go into the facts there for say the office of the president cannot be the third most corrupt.
Okay.
Particularly with the president in high gear, the Fed corruption. Right. They don't win laurels then for that at home and abroad.
All right. Well, we'll come back to you for
label.
We'll come back to you now for talk about the white paper proper after this break.
This life is not easy. Small, not to rush. Money no day today. It go day tomorrow. Your plans no work today. It go work tomorrow. Brother, I know so you don't feel sad though. I know so things are really bad though. But this one go surely pass away. One day we go smile up the face. As long as you live, everything will better. Everything will better. Hey, we go party together. Everything will better. One day. Hey, we go party together. One day. Everything will better.
Well, that's not better from Famous. Now the program Good Morning Salon. 8:25. Now the time for the studio clock. We will take this short commercial break and can continue the program.
Rokel Commercial Bank don't make the waka with me bank na me phone. Rokel Commercial Bank go make you the waka with your bank na you phone. Them been come with SIM copper and now they don't increase the facility. For sure say na them na the alagba from banking business na now they don't come with SIM copper plus. They don't come with SIM copper plus. This service go allow you for send money to person where they salon anytime you want. It no matter the mobile coming where you there. As you send them, you go get some quick one. What's nice inside salon you there? The money go reach you. It no matter if you there na the east, west, north, south. So secure then you go na Google Play Store and search for the app. SIM Copper Plus I say download them. Follow the instructions and register your device. The process no long now if you reach 2 minutes. When you done the bank go send message na your phone. For confirm say na your phone number bang. Enjoy e-copper and more facilities. SIM Copper Plus e come for we all. You dey na city or village just na salon you dey. You e-copper go reach you dey. Enter top up safe now they under the facility. With e-copper you can cash out your money from any local commercial bank agent or branch all around the country.
Alright, so they continue with the program. Good Morning Salon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, we get a quick notice. We come out from Statistics Salon and then title Statistics Sierra Leone Cartographic Mapping Interviews Supplementary List. Please be informed that the interviews for the candidates whose names were published on the supplementary list for the cartography mapping exercise for the forthcoming midterm population and housing census is as below. Tuesday, 22nd September, Potloko, Bombali, Makeni, Kenima, Bo and Western Area Urban. Wednesday, 23rd September, Cambia, Tonkolili, Maboka, Kailao, Pujeon and Western Area Urban. Thursday, 24th September, Western Area Rural. Friday, 25th September, Karine, Kwenadugu, Kabala, Kono, Moyamba, and Western Area Rural. Saturday, 26th September, Bond District. Please take note of the following. 1. Candidates are warned to be wary of fraudsters who may call asking for money as guarantee for securing employment for the cartographic work, and should note that Stats SL does not request money or gift or whatsoever from any candidates vying for gain short-term employment. 2. Interviews will be held at Stats SL Freetown and district offices. 3. Interview is 1 day per district. 4. Time for interviews is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. 5. Applicants should come along with originals of their certificate and a photocopy that will be collected by the interview team. Please note that the candidates from Falaba will be interviewed at the Stats SL Kabbalah office. Well, that na notice will come out from Statistics Salon, but the supplementary list where they don't do for the cartographic mapping interviews, we then go begin doing at the date the wages announced. So.
Well, we continue with the program. 8:29 at the time for studio clock. We can now back to the studio guest, the Minister of Information. Well, about 2 years ago, we the SLPP win, the MB set up a committee, we pull a report, when I be the GTT report, and one part this report we recommend for the establishment of commissions of inquiry. This commission been there about 12 months and done and hand over the reports to the president with 3 judges them. Well, after the commission done, then we they hand over the reports, cabinets don't look inside this report, and now the Attorney General been taken go cabinet. Well, the white paper for come out, and we get the Minister of Information now for tell we what's in this white paper and when it will actually come out. So, Mr. Minister, this brief intro will give us the establishment of the commission to now the white paper they come on and do. So, give me more information.
Okay, so Famulengo recall say where His Excellency President Julius Maada Bio was sworn in on the 4th of April in 2018. One of the first orders of business we do on the 6th of that same month, it officially announced the institution of a government transition team for take stock of what we inherit, Wusaudi, and for advice on next steps. That team they been led by Professor Francis. Other members of the team will all sabi there. Learn or spend time one day. So they may do a very hard work and then present a report. That report today being point systemic, widespread, and astonishing levels of corruption will be characterized the last administration. So as a result, corruption and maladministration, general malfeasance, like we with man in the putam, will be characterized the last administration. So they may make a series of recommendations, but at the keep for the purpose of this conversation, just to the one where they deal with the commissions. They may propose the establishment of judge-led commissions of inquiry for look into assets, for do forensic audits, and for look into general governance and administration. So that commission they been start work officially, then submit the report to His Excellency the President. Now, special court building on the 25th of March, right? 25th of March this year. Yeah, so 6 months on, as per law required, we're supposed to publish the commissions then work together with government position. Farm the other about white paper, we then do things like commission of inquiry in this context. Then they do the report where they contain the recommendations. Government said they sit down, they consider the recommendations, then the one way you accept, the one way you not accept, the position of government now they be reflected in the white paper. Because the way you talk and so you go look like say na white paper, not in the white paper now that on the kindidi. Now the position of government, whether we accept this, we reject this, or na so A, B, C, D. Now in the white paper. So as per law required, we're supposed to publish the white paper this week. You know, I tell when I say now the 25th of the month of March, His Excellency may officially receive the commission reports there, now the special court building. So the law they say 6 months latest if for publishing together with the white paper. So and this we now a law and order administration. This president, this government, like I always say, want for play by the rules. So as a result of that, we the publishing this week.
What are some of the things that were inside this white paper?
Well, the commissions, like I say, the good thing is, and this is novel, this is strange, again, it can only happen in the new directional administration. For the very first time, we allow the media for broadcast live all the proceedings of the commission. So by now, Farm then gets a fair idea of this kind of thing. And what will be more interesting, in spite of all the fears by people then who witch hunt, it ended up not being a witch hunt. Nobody was lynched, nobody was intimidated, it was held in open court, widely broadcast, and all lengths in the just for show now. And one of the commissioners, the wrap up, important for note this when they hand over the report to His Excellency President Bill, Justice Bill Belle, a member. He said this one very unprecedented in the history of Africa. You set up a commission, you promise it will be independent, you don't interfere with the process at all, you don't even call one judge, nobody at any time. That is going to tell you the products in IASO go be credible and like the process.
All right, so it's not the position of government.
What's not the position of government? Well, now we set the commissions up at expense of taxpayers because the president believes say corruption don't hemorrhage this country. Corruption is the choke in the development process. Corruption now they make somebody, for example, na Mongo, they still then a makeshift school, right? Corruption now don't do now they make somebody go na a healthcare center in order to get drugs, even though you know that don't improve substantially in the last 2 years. So yes, what's the question again?
So me question. Waiting the inside, what's the recommendation?
What the recommendation?
Waiting for the inside the white paper.
No, I will tell you what's not the inside the white paper. One of the things then where the commission begin. Oh man, they say that they can't ban you from holding politics. It was which one? They want for stop APC politicians or that politicians, people that will be non-served from holding public office. The president, the person will believe, say, you know, everybody forgets a fair chance for present himself for public office. So nobody, I really mean nobody, will be banned from holding public office. That much I know.
This
is not the president in personal conviction. Say, you know, you will be playing to the hands of the naysayers, right? The doom and gloom prophets. Where they say, oh, they want for run after will or not contest. Nobody not interested. This is a very competitive president. When it comes to time for running for elections, his work will speak for himself and will be there to trumpet it on rooftops.
So if I can guess, it means say some of the things that we go inside there that then go hand over anybody where they fancy be involved in corruption to the ACC and also seize property them. Now
okay,
so let inside the white paper.
Let her note this. You know.
No, just answer me. Some of the things and the way they inside the white paper.
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay.
Mr. Minister, this white paper all they discuss but so section 1492 of the Salon Constitution states say the president for publish the white paper together with the reports of the commission within 6 months time from the dates where they hand over the report of the commission to them. And now you didn't have public radio. They discuss about the white paper where according to what's in the constitution will not see it happen. The president not publish the white paper it's you know things say they go against the constitution.
Which provisions in the constitution go
not
against?
just story to you.
No, not so you say.
The
that provision where you quote
listen for publish the white paper with reports from the commission 6 months till they hand over.
Where does it preclude people from making running commentaries on it? Now that make I say we're not going to go into the nitty-gritties of waiting. I don't tell you say I will tell you what is not in the white paper. I have not told you what is in the white paper. I have not told you what is in the white paper. But this is a commission they held in open court, public. Even people there, as far as my village now, Foindu, they follow this commission.
That maybe don't happen publicly, but they talk about now this white paper.
I have not said anything about it other than the fact that it's coming. We will comply with the constitutional provisions. We will publish it within the 1 month. And besides, I don't add waiting not go then at the white paper. I don't tell you waiting then at the white paper.
So,
waiting not then at the white paper. You talk about
waiting not did
waiting not then at the white paper. You not think say this enough for let the public begin make speculation as to waiting go day na this white paper where you say
so what is wrong if the public makes speculation? They don't make speculation about everything including the president in health. Everything they don't make speculation about. This is This for we as a country is a make or break issue. When the president they talk about corruption, they say it is much about the previous administration as it is about us.
So as a government spokesman,
yes.
why you not be just don't wait let the president officially publish this white paper? You come now and tell people
okay,
in
so
details.
Khadija, let's tell you what's in the operate in other countries. This is a very disciplined administration, I can tell you that. Now the US and UK, for example, they are official for let them do leaks there. Then they do leaks then of very classified documents then from the various seats of government. We have been disciplined enough, we are not doing that. But it's also important, this is about Sierra Leone. This is about the very heart and soul of a country. So it's fine for talk about that. When the president not been there, people then spend all the time, fabricate all kind of things, speculate all kind of things. You know how long talk about the white paper?
Mr. Minister,
this is the right thing to talk about instead of that one. That's
yeah,
somebody goes on the private
Mr. Minister, calm down.
Mr. Minister is not up. He's just getting very much involved in the,
right.
absorbed in the conversation.
Okay, so you have talked about leaks. Before you talk about the leaks, I don't know Tandong. People in Key let out some very important 1 or 2 information.
We are not going to do that.
Allow me, Mr. Minister. So I be ask you just now, which you confirm say some of them people away the recommendation they say na the ACC will get for handle them, deal with them. But also another information say they will get for seize property them.
That's something in the way common. Now like what you say that people in the born, na either man or woman. Yeah? They know they do commissions of inquiry, it lead to the unusual for let it be let them say okay, well, they're nominating for national award. I mean probably
so then go get
but
for,
these things don't happen. Now the thing and the common sense, rule of something and
also in the white paper, is it true that you wanna go ask former politician for payback some of the
but definitely if it's proven that you don't loot state resources.
No, not a proof. I'm saying now it's in the white paper.
Oh, it's there. Well, if it's there,
I'm asking.
Well, something like a round go there. Yes, if you dip your hand into the cookie jar, then go ask you for do restitution. Yeah.
All right. Well, relax small. We they come back to you at the program. Good morning, Salone. 8:14 at the time for most studio clock.
We will continue with the program. Good morning, Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. Well, they look at more issues them inside the program this morning. Outside the country in mining sector, now one means where government can use for make they able to get a couple for do development program them. But for long term now, the country don't struggle with the mine sector. One big concern where people been get for the mining sector now that the government or they benefit from the minerals them where they come out in a different area them outside them can do mining activity them. Well, for this make the Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources Musa Timothy Kaba even go waka na the southern region outside people and they do mining work and do some engagement with the mining company them and the community people. Outside assure the community people say one development where you don't do na the mining sector and forget the mining development fund where it say go bring development na mining community them like Usai diamond mining they take place. Well, Waniga Uja gets more on this and he go now report.
We don't get the Diamond Development Fund. The government feels the Diamond Development Fund administration get for be more transparent and even simple and clear.
After about 2 years, where the Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources Musa Timothy Kaba say the mining area them not get the Diamond Development Fund when a couple we're supposed for bring development na community them also mining they take place. This the minister be assured the community people them say it no go take again. Then go develop documents we go make them people here get this couple as per one of the developments them where he say he want bring inside the mining sector.
When I come, I don't get a lot of calls say for 2 years the diamond areas are not get them funds yet. I say, well, perhaps this mistrust will put onto an end. They'll create a very functional mechanism where we will dispose their resources here and make sure say the intended people there they benefit from their resources here where would they get from the diamond. So now I don't develop a cabinet paper. That cabinet paper get for go cabinet with a formula and a design. When one's cabinet don't get a blessing, it don't become a working paper. That working paper they nobody not they get it right for alter the formula where the banana paper they. So each time when the funds come, will they go back to the cabinet approved document and say, PC, now this you get for the community, and at the project then this way for suggest. That is in a bid for enhanced transparency and for make us see the benefits reach to the people there.
As the minister continue in work na different mining company them, na the south and eastern region, for engage with mining company them, but think them where them for do for boost the mining sector. The minister be assured them say it will give them the support where they need for do them work proper one for help get a money for the country.
These are very difficult times, not only for the company but also for the market and the government alike. And it's good that you've been meeting your regulatory requirements, your finances, your responsibility to the state, and we're looking forward to an accelerated development of the K2. We have a university system with which you're collaborating right now in developing the skills of Sierra Leoneans in the mining sector.
As Kono na one part the region them, we get plenty mining company them, but still the paramount chief na Tonkoro chiefdom na Kono, Paul Sakwi say, pa all where the mining company they are plenty na Kono, then still they get challenge.
I want to tell you, sir, that when they elect me paramount chief na this chiefdom 14 years ago, the relationship we been there between the community and the company, it was terrible. It was terrible to a point where the expatriates and when they didn't at all, they not be even get mine. When they didn't at the company, they not be even get mine for can at all, thinking they would be harassed, they would be beaten up. That is how terrible the relationship been there. But I want to report to you, sir, the relationship is still get challenges, but it don't improve considerably.
Jubali Koko, na CEO of Sea Rights Mining Company, na Kono.
We are still basically on exploration, but I want to emphasize before the presentation starts that yes, in as much as we have done a lot of exploration, spanning over more than 6 years, we have not been able to find an economic resource. And it is our hope that after appreciating our presentation, you should be able to find it within your good heart to probably extend a favorable assessment to our applications for a new concession that we have made with NMA. And having said that, I also want to just mention one other critical thing about the company. We are a very community-oriented company because in everything that we do, we value the communities that we operate in. As it shall be expounded in the presentation, we are actually a community, we are actually a company that is very much concerned about the well-being of the communities that we operate in.
One part the message the way the Minister of Mines and Mineral Resources, Musa Timothy Kaba, be left with their mining company here. Now for encourage them, for doing them where they inside the law, for make them mining company here benefits the country, and give sabi to salon people them where they work in the mining sector. For Radio Democracy, me Nawaniga Oja.
Because in confusion.
But this confused me, boo. Look where Uncle Nat in World Solid. Look in block them where them beat for them, where they save solid, and at the same amount of cement and sand then they use for beat me on. But look what in the happen, me wall down for them, all the block they all don't scatter. It like say some kind of magic they behind this. You want to know the magic behind this? Now the superior quality, extra strong, extra life and extra yield cement we are use, and that's not Dangote 3X Portland limestone cement. Dangote cement na the highest grade cement in the country. When a 42.5 R grade cement, when no one day come na this country, and a one of the highest grade pan cement where you go get na the wall. Where you want you concrete, wall and block solid, use Dangote 42.5 R cement, you no go regret them. You go get Dangote 42.5 R cement na online shop and building material store na the one whole country.
All right, well, it's 47 at the time for my studio clock where they bring this edition of the program come to you. Mina Asma James.
And Mina Khadija Bangura.
We still get the big boy in the room, the Minister of Information and Communication. This morning, they don't talk about different issue them, and now we look at the white paper. We probably will come out according to this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Mr. Minister.
Thursday.
When did they come on?
Thursday.
Which format did they take?
Well, as per law required, the whole report with the publisher will publish out the recommendations and government white paper. Because we have pledged to be accountable for respect the rule of law and the constitution, not done at the provision. I heard them they talk this big boy in our room, this big boy in our room. Yes, I talk where appear before the Joint Parliamentary Committee on Transparency and Accountability and Information and Communication.
What do you be mean? Because it's like the MP then be look offended by the word big boy.
No, I'm not saying in quiet moments where you use that word, that expression, it really means if people then they go low, you know they go low. I mean, somebody attacked me personally, left the issues there, say arrogant. So I had to be the big boy in the room because I don't do the same thing to her, because parliamentary privilege not give anybody rights for be discourteous to another person. But that is when leadership and maturity they come in. I demonstrated that. So I was being the big boy in the room.
All right. So, Mr. Minister, I go fine for we talk about this white paper, but at least officially tell we at least one or two things where they inside this white paper. You go give me the honors.
Well, so la create this hypothetical thing small bit. So I know Boku people then when they grow up, one of the attractions of public service. Now for let them say, you know, when they grow up, for example, yeah, na Kenema, you know, you see DO quarter, you see them government quarter there. Nothing that people them be excited by. You want to grow up, like be DO, like you go live in a quarter. So we get in here, for example, I mean this is in the public domain. There has been talk about the sale of government quarters between January and March 19th, right, 29th, 2 days to the runoff. Government quarters were being sold to people 2 days to the runoff. And the way apparently become factual, say, you know, I mean, that was the end of an era. So then they didn't state-owned assets there. The commission look into that, and you know, when I go see the necessary thing for that. But what to make it serious, you know, that level of efficiency, if I saw been deliver public service generally, this country would have been a long way away from.
So now they take them property, then they back.
Well, government they look into that. Will go do what is best by the people of Sierra Leone, right? Because with the governor, President Bio, they lead this country in trust on behalf of the people of Sierra Leone. So at all times, they don't swear an oath for serve them very best interest. Yes, that is what we will do. We will do what is very best by the people of Sierra Leone. But now then, kind of key issues. You talk about the sale of SLST, NDMC building. You talk about fertilizer issues then, Boko issues. These were debated in open court, in the open commission, right? So then the judges then treat them very, very, very seriously, the sole commissioners then.
We go see people don't they make speculation about say where the white paper come out, many people will be all public office, maybe some of the recommendation they will go come out and that's them for jail them. Anything like that they go happen? Well,
like I say, I just go on for candy. What the commissions are not about, what the white paper will not be prescribing. By law, after them publish a white paper, anybody we feel grievously affected, where you want challenger, you get an opportunity for going to appeal court, right? You get an opportunity for going to appeal court. So nobody not going to go arrest anybody as it is. Right? Not to the one day. There are a lot of issues at stake. We talk about embezzlement, we talk about misappropriation, we talk about anything, and there are clear provisions in the law how to go about them. This is not a law and order society. So nobody not go misinform person say, where you see commission, where you see white people come out and they go arrest people there. That is not the white people will be doing. In fact, you know, this white paper will be so magnanimous, people then will get time for take the next steps then, as per law provided. So let nobody not misinform anybody.
One of the major things where President Bio in government, so them in Canapa, one of the major things they set up the commissions of inquiry there. So now for try for look into the past administration, then work and try for fight against corruption. Now one of the major things then we make them improve into the inquiry there. So but this same corruption where President Bio in government they try for fight against, we don't they a whole lot of corruption allegation them don't they come up later immediately whilst in governance. How serious it be for fet corruption, Mr. Minister?
Well, you don't talk about allegations then. So allegations are allegations. That is all they are, right? Where we able proven either through the Anti-Corruption Commission or through the courts, that's a different ball game. That is when you go no say this president is very serious. He gets every fiber for fet corruption by all means necessary.
All right.
So now allegations they talk about in this country, who's waiting and not they speculate about, waiting and not they make allegation about.
All right, let me look at a few messages we don't carry the program. The first one say, Mr. Minister, why the government hold on the white paper for over 6 months? Transporter and I send a message there.
This one they say, if the president, who is the foot soldier to fight corruption, his office is being rated in corruption, I'm afraid.
On Facebook, Jibril Fode Musa say, why is the minister so economical with the truth when addressing corruption? Is he the saloon squealer? The other day in Parliament, he struggled to reconcile his procurement and the president's claim resulting in the resignation of the chairman.
This other one, they say, we just hope the white paper is transparent and without no political witch hunt.
Another message we will go look at inside the program this morning say well done, Rado. I like you. Anytime you come on radio, you really articulate the questions.
All right, more messages who don't come now the program. This other one, they say, kudos to the Islamic Bank for such a laudable gesture as water is life. We hope and pray the areas concerned will benefit.
Mr. Minister, this is very sad that the office of the president is named in corruption. Please tell him to address that. Another message, minister, like all the other agents, are in denial, blaming the messenger rather than addressing the issue. The point is that the people feel the office of the president, however he defines it, is the fourth most corrupt. He should focus on why the people have that perception and what they need to do to change the opinion of the citizens. Dunstan Spencer, and send a message there.
This one, they say, now that the minister has confirmed that the U.S. has banned us from entering America because of criminals and using saloon passports, and most of them purchased those passports during the war, we know who sold our passports and they must take full responsibility and apologize to the nation.
Another message we'll go look at inside the program this morning. Say, Mr. Minister, thank you very much for explaining to us what this white paper is, because people are speculating that you will ban some people from holding public offices.
All right, more messages. This one, they say, Mr. Minister, you say una don't build strong institution them. You can name some of them.
Another message we'll go look at say, I'm happy this white paper is coming out and I hope people will not die before the publish of this white paper. All right, well, few minutes for let the program done, Mr. Minister. We sorry you will not go able to read all the comments, but yes, I think huge thing they for let the information ministry do Boko PR on this based on the messages they will get.
Yeah, I mean we're ready for that. We're bracing up for it. Inshallah, right. Inshallah, soon we'll have boots on the ground all over the place. We'll go walk with Una, civil society, inter-religious council, all the groups there. We're not salient stakeholders. We get constituency for talk to. So
right, you go respond to some of them.
So somebody say over 6 months and hold the white paper. I mean, I don't know. I know say when they do all that way they listen, but you know the 25th of this month they make 6 months, and would the issue them before the 25th of this month. Okay, I didn't Thursday not 24th, right? Yes. So would the issue soon, so that will not go beyond the constitutionally stipulated deadline. So a good somebody don't say what we go do. Probably we need for let the public understand what they say office of the president, not to the president, not to state house. You talk about all these people there where they relate with members of the public on a daily basis. The Anti-Corruption Commission, like I say, Office of Presidential Infrastructure Initiative, Public Service Commission, a whole lot of others, they under the Office of the President, the Presidency. So when they talk to, we need for let people they understand, say, because if now in terms of the president in credentials as an anti-corruption credential, that one they are above board. I mean, we don't see, you don't, even the court, they don't make dedicated 5 judges for probe anti-corruption matters expeditiously. They don't in watch. We don't able grow. We don't pass the MCC corruption scorecard. Last year, 2019, we were 71. Now we are 79, 2020. So we are doing a lot of very right things. We don't get the strongest anti-corruption law. So all length in there, now the president in personal resolve, in personal commitment, in personal political will for make sure we fight corruption. But probably we go need for disentangle that. Like I say, the office of the chief minister don't write a request. Then people there will publish it in there. So both the IGR and CAL for let them share additional information with the office. But in the meantime, this is not true. This is not objectionable thing that they put out. They not get any iota of truth. They took a long broad brush and paint the presidency black, which is not the case. So somebody say I struggle for explaining at parliament. When you go to parliament and you get people there, I mean, almost, you know, when people are too made up, you don't confuse them with the facts. So now there I go left for that one day. I don't struggle. I did on top of my brief. So like I say, the commissions, like the president, they say it's not. There will not be a witch hunt. Nobody they never call for testify because a commoner, a part of the country, they get particular ethnicity, particular political thing. Now people they will be not hold public trust. This was a call to democratic accountability. Like we say all the time, when people they misappropriate or embezzle state resources, they not they do so in the name of their tribes, in the names of their village or their political parties. They do so for themselves and their families. So let nobody not tribalize her, let nobody not call her a witch hunt. If it were a hunt, it is a hunt for the people's missing billions.
All right, before we wrap up the program, you can name me 1 or 2 people where the name involved in this white paper.
Well, so let's wait and see.
So if I can play the devil's advocate now, is it true that President Koma, former President Koma, named in this white paper report?
I can neither confirm nor deny, but if he dip in fingers into the cookie jar while he was at the helm of affairs, yes, the commission go name her in the white paper.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Minister of Information, Mohamed Raman Soare. Where you come to the program, can talk about a whole lot of issues them way now of national interest, and self you talk about the government white paper and the report we go come out according to you on Thursday, right? Where the president go officially publish them. Well, now they end the program. Good morning, Salon, for today on edition. Michael Sambola and Alex Lawrence Kuhlman are then produce the program. DJ Ahmad give technical support. Moses Kavura and Franklin Pemagui are they make una watch we live now Facebook page. Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a nice day.
And Mina Asma James, they say listen to the programs them at 12 we get we midday show and 7 we national news and throughout the day for more interesting programs. So make 98.1 you dial. Until then, Mina Asma James, they say goodbye.